Yesterday I came out to throw the trash out. All of a sudden I noticed that kind of from what appeared to me is that there's some kind of a leakage coming out from my right rear tire. And from far away, or not from far away, from what I could see with my eye, it looked like it was like, I thought it was brake fluid at first. So I came up to it, I'm looking at it, looking around, couldn't figure it out. Doesn't look like brake fluid. So then I stick my finger in it, feel it, feels like it's water. Then I'm like, what kind of, what water? Why is this yellow water? What is this? Kind of weird, Then I started looking around, deeper and around. And then I noticed that it's only on the outside of my wheel, and kind of splashed on the tire. And then all of a sudden my dog barks. I look over and I see the neighbor's dog, and then I don't understand everything. Everything just becomes, all of a sudden it was foggy, all of a sudden it's all clear. It's the stupid neighbor's dog peed on my tire. I thought it was, leaking brake fluid. Stuck my fingers in there, was smelling it. Couldn't smell anything. So it's the dog piss is what it was. That's just unbelievable, man. Yesterday I was like, I stuck my hand in dog piss. That's, it's just part of what happens. If I had a male dog, then I would understand that, Sam did that to me. We used to have a Doberman named Sam, and, he would mark the tires like that. If I come from somewhere, he would once in a while do that to me. But I got 2 female dogs right now, and that Doberman's a female, and, there's no way she's marking anything. Yeah. I look over, and it's the neighbor's dogs. They just, a few months ago when we started coming over. Before that, I think they kept them kind of tied up, which we don't mind. We don't mind, except for when they go inside our garage through the doggy door, get stuck in there, eat all the dog food and things like that. We keep all the dog food out. My dogs eat as much as they want. It's like a buffet over there. They never overeat like some labs do, and boxers and other breeds. So yeah, funny story about that. Anyways, I am heading to Seattle. Here's what I got a load this morning. It was supposed to pick up from Spokane, delivering to Spokane, 12 feet of space. I bid $300 on it. Thought, hey, I got 2 people only to load today. Everybody else is kind of out and about. People are either, vacationing or, taking time off, doing things with their vans and doing maintenance and stuff like that. So only had 2 people today that are available to load. And, dispatch in the office can definitely take care of that. I don't have to be there for that. So I figured, hey, I'll just go do a local one, come back, probably by the time I'm back, everybody might be loaded already. Might be the end of the day. Well, they gave it to me. And then 5 minutes later, they said that it was picking up from another location, gave me some name of a town. I'm like, where the heck is this town at? I look it up and it's like Puyallup area, Seattle. So I'm like, well, I told them we can pick it up. We just need like 4.5 hours to get there. And then we need, we could do a AM delivery or deliver direct. I just said we could deliver it direct. I didn't tell them about AM. Anyways, they said sure, gave me the address, said book it, and I'm on my way to pick this thing up. Picks up in Puyallup, delivers to Spokane, some job site to job site supposedly. When I looked up the pickup address, they wrote job site and then just gave an address. Delivery had a person's name on it, and I looked it up. I thought it was a residential delivery. Then I looked it up and it looks like a job site as well. So job site to job site supposedly. Still waiting for some contact information, because you guys know how that goes. You arrive to the job site, you don't know what you're picking up. You don't know what it looks like. Nobody knows anything about it. So I'm waiting for that information. As far as delivery, I hope it can deliver tonight. That way I don't have to, mess around with delivering it in the morning. If I do have to, then we'll have to ask for a layover, because that wasn't part of the deal. We'll see what they can do for us. Besides that, the day is great. Very sunny outside. Everything's beautiful. And I had to take the van out. I just feel bad that it's sitting there and needs to charge the battery. So I figured, we'll go charge the battery, get that alternator working, get that fuel processed. That way it's not sitting there getting old. That's what we're doing. Came to a gas station to fill up, and guess what? Went inside to get my receipt because it wasn't printing. Here's my receipt. And look at this bag they gave me. This is incredible. I've never seen a sack like this before. I thought it was plastic. Then I come outside, looked at it. It's not plastic at all. It's actually made out of material. So they're charging 8 cents for bags, and you actually get one out of, you get a cloth bag. I know the color isn't right, but that's a good bag. Never seen this before, ever. They charge you 8 cents and give you a bag like this. This is something else. I think I need to go get a Red Bull and ask for another bag. It's no wonder that this load was posted wrong, Spokane to Spokane. Then all of a sudden, 5-10 minutes later, they're saying it doesn't pick up in Spokane, it picks up somewhere else, but delivers to Spokane. So we got the load, or I got the load. In the end, you guys saw what it looks like. They're saying that's 12 feet of space over there. 12 feet of space. Whoever measured that 12 feet of space is an idiot, because that measures like 208 inches long. If you were to stand it up 3 at a time, then it would measure 46.5 wide. So you can say 47 wide. and 204 long. So much for 12 feet. That's more like 17 feet in the end. Long story short, the load doesn't fit. If magically, somehow, I would take every one of those lockers out. What's inside of those is lockers, metal lockers. So they're obviously a little smaller on the inside versus the outside. And either way, this broker or their customer, whoever, those boxes, each of them, you guys can sit down and do your math inside and tell me if it would have fit. I want to know this in the comments, if I did my math right or wrong, that it doesn't fit. Because my van measures 53 between the wheel wells, and it's obviously a little wider inside, but then I got my bed, and then I got my dolly in there, and then I got my ramp in there. So not everywhere. In some parts, I'm gonna be obviously thicker, and I could probably take 4 wide, but not everywhere. So I don't count that. I count the dimensions that I gave them when we got the load, which was 53 by 192 by 72. Each one of these boxes, get your pen, got your pencil? Go get it, I'll wait for you. Just kidding. You can rewind. Each one of these measures 15.5 by 20 by 72. Each one of those boxes, and there's 30 boxes, so times that by 30. Now, go in your calculator and measure how we can fit that, either standing up or laying it down, or combination of stand up and lay down. Let me know what you guys think will fit. What I think is it's not gonna fit. The only maybe magical way that it would actually fit, maybe, and this is a big, huge maybe still, is if I would take them out of the cardboard boxes, then they're gonna be narrower, and then lay them down on top of each other or stand them up right next to each other somehow, and then take them there like that. But then the load gets damaged from scratches, from dents, from me, doing all this in the passes at 75 miles an hour. I can't really strap them in anyhow. They're just gonna be, dangling around. That's what the guy said. Oh, what if you, would take it apart and try to make it fit, or see if it would fit, and cut up the boxes, kind of put the pieces of the boxes in between the lockers and see if it would fit that way. You know what I told him? And what if it doesn't fit that way? Then what are we gonna do? And he looks at me and goes, well, then it doesn't fit. I'm like, well, then for the next guy that's coming to pick him up on a box truck, he's gonna get here, you guys are gonna have lockers with no cardboard boxes. It's gonna be damaged for somebody else, and somebody else is not gonna take them. I'm like, there's nothing you can do. You gotta cancel it. You gotta get a bigger truck out here for this, because I'm not fitting it. And I told them I got the biggest, I got the biggest cargo van that's made. There's no bigger than 16 feet of space inside. There's no cargo van right now on the market that's bigger than 192 inches in the United States. There simply isn't. There's some of the like ProMaster box truck styles, but that's not a van. That's already a small straight, not a cargo van. So get this, 300 miles to pick up, 300 miles back home equals 600 miles. And what kind of a tonneau am I gonna get? Truck order not used? We're still waiting to find out. They said they're gonna send the tonneau. Oh, I'm sorry. The dimensions were on the rate confirmation they wrote. And I says, those dimensions are wrong. Take those 2 inches extra that you guys put on there, that's what it measures, and it measures 2 inches more. 2 times 30 boxes, that's 60 extra inches. And when you're talking cargo van, 60 inches, that's a huge difference. That's a big difference. That's 5 feet. Enough of my yelling. Stay tuned. I want to explain how much I'm getting paid for a 600-mile mess up that some broker or some customer or a combination of them made. And who's getting stuck with it? The driver gets stuck with it. That's how it always happens. That's how it always works. You know, it's just part of the job. It is what it is. Funny guys, they thought, you know, they were telling me, oh, why don't you, you know, put a couple of them or strap a few of them up on the roof. Oh, you need a strap them on the roof. And I'm like, you guys even, you know, doesn't even make sense. You guys even know what you're talking about? They're laughing over there, you know, thinking it's funny. You know, younger guy, they're older guys. They think I'm stupid over there, you know. They're like, oh, maybe you need a roof rack for next time. I'm like, well, we haul dry goods, and let's see, it's going to be a right. Sorry. Hope I don't lose my train of thought here. I'm trying to navigate here, Seattle area. And I did lose my train of thought. So I told them that we haul dry goods, and when this stuff arrives over there wet on some of these, even if I would have a roof rack like you're saying, I'm not a contractor to have a roof rack on my expediting van, but even if I was, and then I'm going through the passes, it might snow, it might rain, it might get frozen overnight for my AM delivery. That's another thing. They were saying it's AM delivery. At first it was supposed to go direct, then all of a sudden, you know, during the middle of it, they changed it to AM. I asked if there's going to be a tonu. They said no, you know, but whatever. You know, it's already dealing with one of these guys, so.
Either of the two right lanes, then take the exit to Washington 512 West.
If I arrive with a dry load that has maybe snow, maybe rain, maybe it rained and then it's gonna freeze because we got freezing nights, and I'm gonna bring like whatever 4, 5, 6 of those lockers on top of my roof rack. You know, try to deliver them over there with ice and snow on them. What is this customer gonna say? You guys promised them you're gonna deliver it in good shape. They're gonna arrive over there with no cardboard on them, all scratched up, full of dents and everything. You can't even strap these things up because the metal on it is so flimsy. That's what the guy was saying. You know, he's like, oh yeah, maybe you can make it fit, but the metal is really flimsy. So that means it gets dented easily, it gets screwed up and messed up easily. Not a good day in the neighborhood. Sorry I'm in this mood, but you know, when I'm in this mood, that means there's a reason for it, and I hope you guys understand that through your device, whatever you're watching it through. I did skip an exit, didn't I? Maybe I didn't skip an exit, maybe that's just how it goes. Oh, whatever. Stay tuned, though. Like I said, I'm going to explain to you guys what I'm getting for a cancel for something I drove 300 miles to pick up, and then 300 miles back home, possibly, unless something else pops out of here, which there's very, very little doubt that something else will be worth it. It's usually super cheap when it's here local. You can't even get it for the guys that are sitting here local. They give us some ridiculous prices. We can't even get it. We can't even get them for those, you know, cheapo, ridiculous prices. I don't know.